Hellcat.
Hey guys, welcome back to our channel.
If you're new here, welcome to our channel.
It's the Glam Twins.
Back here with another video.
Today we're going to be reading some scary stories. See, we knew what we were going to do today, but we didn't plan the story, so we're just going to look through the stories.
Because we didn't want to read the stories, we wanted to read it with y'all.
So, and then next week, we're going on a road trip for 12 hours.
To Georgia.
Well,
12, that was 6.
No, it
oh, yeah,
is
because it's
6 there, 6 back.
Yeah, because we're not stopping.
We're helping my brother move into his dorm.
For college.
My mom
Which is
said
where
we're
we're
going
going.
to go there, we're going to help him carry stuff to his room, and then come back. Of course, we're going to stop for food and all that junk. So, yeah, we're going on a road trip. And then in a couple of weeks or next week, we will get our glam bags.
Our glam bags, which is where the actual channel starts.
And also, my mom's thinking about getting us Rumwee, I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, whatever.
Rumwee.
Shirts.
And not even shirts. You
No,
can, you can get jewelry and stuff for like $1.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we're going to do a haul if we do get those. Anyway.
What are y'all doing?
So, the first story we're going to read is The Only Child. It is short, so.
I'm putting this camera backwards. If you don't look at the camera.
That's weird.
Don't look at the camera.
Okay, ready? The only child. She didn't hesitate, dropping her 5-year-old from the bridge into the unforgiving rocks some 80 feet below. She is perfect, so is her husband. Having an ugly son is unacceptable. Oh my lord.
Who calls their children ugly?
A lot of people.
Not a
Her
lot.
husband was devastated while she did a lot of faking. A year passed and she gave birth to another, but this time it's a beautiful baby girl. She is once again satisfied, and at least she too, Some 5 years later, she had a walk with her daughter in that familiar bridge. Midway through, her daughter hugged her very tightly, and she said, "What's wrong, sweetie?" She asked her daughter, replied with a whimper, "I'm scared, so scared. I love you, Mommy. I've always loved you, blah, blah, blah." "Oh, I love you too, sweetheart, but what are you afraid of?" I'm afraid you'll drop me off this bridge again."
Again?
She rebirthed her son into a daughter.
What? Again?
It's weird.
I bet she was confused too.
No, she was confused. She was like, "Oh my god, I rebirthed my son."
This one's called A Curious Warning. Last night, as I was sitting in my living room and watching a little TV before bed, I heard a strange noise. It was a slow drawn out scraping across the hardwood floor, so I want carpet. Confused, I searched for the source of sound, and I found it immediately. Someone had slipped a small folded note under the door. What the ... More curious than anything, I approached the note slowly. I knelt down. I'm not good at reading, so don't come at me. I knelt down cautiously and picked up the strange paper. On it were only 5 words, scrawled on in a crude, messy fashion: "Get out. He is coming." I didn't pause to consider the meaning of the note. However, as I immediately realized there was something very, very wrong with the situation. The note had come from under the closet door. I thought it was the front door.
No, it just said a door.
Under the closet door.
Ooh.
Ooh, so scary. Are we gonna reorganize these?
Yeah, no, you can do that.
No, we'll do it together. I dumped her beads out of her column, so like they're on one side and they're all mixed up. I didn't do it on purpose. It was an
Okay,
accident.
regret. This one's called regret. My sister's funeral was earlier today. She was my little sister, practically still a baby. She didn't deserve to die, and not the way she did, mangled, crushed, flat, and churned up under a car's wheel. They wouldn't let us see the body. I haven't told my parents it was a suicide yet. What?
Or did she kill her?
I should tell someone at least, because no one believes the driver when he tells them that he honestly didn't jump into the road out of nowhere. An innocent man's life is being ruined because of my sister's selfishness. I told her she was being selfish, and I told her she would regret it. But I honestly didn't think that she would do it. I thought she was too young to mean something as serious as that. The guilt is incredible.
Don't touch that.
You wouldn't... Why?
Look at the plug, bro.
What is on that?
I don't know. Keep reading. Keep reading.
There's nothing in that.
Keep reading.
Incredible. You wouldn't believe it. I wasn't there for her. I should have been. I should have helped her. I didn't. I don't know if I can live with it. Maybe she had the right idea. I was right about one thing though. Her regretting it. I could hear her crying in the coffin all the way through the service.
What? That made no sense.
None of this makes sense. We are gonna be friends.
The farm. So you live on a farm.
Okay.
That's too long now. I'll do it. Oh. What did I do? Oh, true. We're gonna do true stories.
Why would we do true stories? What? No. What if it's true and it comes to life, bro?
Oh, shoot. Okay.
No, we're not doing
What
that.
are you doing?
We're not doing true stories, bruh.
Why?
Because we're not.
Clockman.
I think it's true, bruh.
Every time the clock strikes 12, I hear an extra tick from the clock. What does it do? I don't get it. I thought it was my imagination at first until I saw a long, thinned hand reach out from behind the clock and tap its long nails on the wall. That's it.
Heartburn, bro.
Sansa.
Home Alone.
Yay. So now you're gonna haunt us. We're always home alone. So why would you read that?
Let me read it first.
Bro, I just had heartburn and that hurt so bad.
This is like the stories on TikTok.
Oh, that man that always does it?
I think so.
Yeah. read
You're
that.
home alone and you hear on the news about a profile of a murderer who is on the loose. You look out the sliding glass doors to your backyard and notice a man standing out in the snow. He fits the profile of the murderer exactly, and he's smiling at you. You gulp. Pick up the phone to your right, and dialing 911. You look back out of the glass as you press the phone to your ear and notice he's much closer to you now. You then drop the phone in shock. There are no footprints in the snow. It's his reflection. So he's in the house.
He's in the what?
He's in the house. There's no footprints. It's a reflection. Outside the sliding glass door. He's in the house. We used to have a sliding glass door.
We're not getting sliding glass door when we move out.
Okay.
No, we're not.
Bulletproof.
No. Are
Yeah,
you dumb?
I'll get it bulletproof.
She's so dumb. No.
You can't break into bulletproof windows.
Still. You can find a way to pick it out.
Do you not know how
Pick
much
the
locks
lock.
I'm going to have in my house?
But that would not help any.
Oh, and we're going to have gates. Like, tons of gates. Cameras, motion lights. So, like,
You're gonna be that crazy mom.
yes, I don't want my house being broken into, bro.
Do it. No, because that doesn't help. I said, do what we did. We found the country. That didn't work.
It's worse. No one tried breaking into our old house.
Yeah.
But yeah. And I'm going to have more fences, too. And cameras and then motion lights. Because when lights turn on, when robberies come, you know, it's like the cops are being called.
There's
you know?
something on the stairs. See, my cousins are moving down here, and they have stairs, so thankfully we won't have to see stairs
They won't
again.
have stairs.
They don't have stairs. When I was a kid, I would race up the top of the stairs as fast as I could. Like it was some sort of silly game. Well, I must have been 5 or 6 It must have been 5 or 6 at the time. I'm not sure, but I know I was very little. Somewhere along the way, a voice at the top of the stairs started to whisper to me. And all the kids' rooms were upstairs too, where they live. Where was I? Whispered to me. It would make bets with me, such as, I bet you a penny you can't make it to the top of the stairs. I don't really think there was a certain amount or anything, as I said. I was very little, so I probably didn't have any counting abilities anyway. I recall just sitting at the top of the stairs, having conversations with this voice. If my son or daughter ever had a conversation with a ghost, we're moving.
Babies can see ghosts.
About the betting, of course. Eventually the voice... What?
If you have a baby and it starts laughing at something, it's just a guardian angel. Your house isn't haunted.
You sure?
Yes.
Prove in the comments she's wrong.
No, I'm not wrong.
You are wrong.
Caitlin, both of her brothers almost fell and
That's
they floated.
Caitlin.
Every baby has a guardian angel. Yeah.
Not everything.
Yeah. We had a guardian
I'll show
angel.
you videos after this. I'm gonna show her videos after this and scare her to death so she won't have kids.
I'm gonna have a period.
Eventually the voice.
Ooh, punch that
it was
guy
like
in
a
the
whisper.
face.
How are you gonna punch it in the face? It was like
put powder on it. I'll put powder on it.
It was like a whisper of a man's voice, not my own voice in my head. Started to bet me my life instead of pennies. It'll say, I bet you your life if you can't make it up the stairs. As I got older, it stopped. I never really thought about it. I never mentioned it to anyone until one night I was sleeping over at my brother's place. And we were talking about spooky stories. Out of nowhere, I brought up the voice at the top of the stairs. And my brother got all quiet. Before I even mentioned anything, he said, didn't make bets with you. We both looked at each other horrified. So the brother and him knew. They should tell anyone.
Kids
They
see
just
what
didn't tell
we
anyone.
don't.
Why are you playing with Play-Doh? It's your turn to read. My turn to play Play-Doh. How do you say it? Play-Doh?
Mm-hmm.
So we got Play-Doh because we're bored. We had to improvise though because we're short. So there was a broom like right behind us where the Play-Doh was. So we got the broom and we shot it down. We shot it down.
Alright. I sat on the bus.
Oh jeez. Hopefully I don't have to ride a bus anymore.
I sat on the bus on my way to school, listening to music and paying little to no attention to the other students. At one of the stops, my mind snapped back to reality. I looked towards the small house, Tommy's house, I thought. A hand slipped through the drapes of the window and waved the bus driver. He's sick, I thought. Paying no large amount of attention to the situation, the day flew by. I watched the local news channel after school, and what I heard paralyzed Tommy's entire family.
Paralyzed?
Shh. He was like in shock. Tommy's entire family was murdered that day by an unknown suspect. After hearing this news, I moved back up to my room, quietly fell asleep. The next day I sat on the bus. We drove by Tommy's house. The bus driver, unaware of Tommy's family's fate, stopped at his home. As I was about to get up and explain to her what happened, something caught my eye. A pale hand slipped through the drapes of the window and waved the bus driver to move on. I sat on the bus.
What? Pale hands, probably Tommy's ghost. The pills, no, that's long.
We're only gonna do a couple more, so both of us get
We'll do
one more.
1-1. The sound. We'll do the sound for me. Okay, you are sleeping. Imagine you are sleeping.
Great.
And then you hear a very loud sound. You immediately wake up and think that it's just your dream. Confused, you lay back down and close your eyes. You hear it again, a loud sound. The sound is similar to the one that horses make, but this one is mixed with the hiss of a cat. Demon. You hear it again. Now you know that you're not dreaming anymore, and you can explain what the sound is. It's a demon. You grab your phone and you...
Oh, it's gonna rain.
You gotta be kidding me. That was loud. And Jacob's at Black Creek. It's sunny.
That makes no sense.
But
Jacob
We're literally reading scary stories, and it's literally thundering and it's sunny out.
Jacob's at Black Creek?
Yeah. Now you know.
Are you kidding?
No. You grab your cell phone and call your parents. None of them answer. They're probably sleeping, you think. You try to ignore the sound and try to go back to sleep. You hear it again. Scared, you go off the bed and walk towards your room door. Your room's door. Slowly you open it, only a little. You look outside, but it's dark. You look at the end of the hallway and you see two red eyes. They're on the ceiling. You turn on the light and the eyes disappear. You start to walk to your parents' room, which is at the end of the hallway where the eyes are. You, scared and shaking, step by step, you get closer to it. You're halfway there, the lights turn off.
Oh, no.
You hear the sound again.
It's right behind you. Don't do that.
Last one. Here, stop playing Play-Doh. Jeez. I made a cookie. My cookie.
Kept in the dark.
Ooh. What?
Kept in
I made a cookie, bro. No, what's that cookie thing?
Little
called?
shadow.
Don't. You're so rude.
The little shadow you see in the corner of your eye when you're alone in your apartment watching a scary movie in the dark. Or more accurately, I'm the little shadow you saw in the corner of your eye 2 years and 4 months ago. Yes, I've been keeping track of you. I keep track of everyone. We all do. It's our job. We're sent to check up on humans, see how things are going. Mostly it's fine. But I just thought I'd let you know. 2 years and 4 months ago, it's when you last saw me. You caught a glance of me and looked to the right. It's a good thing you did that, because to your left was a much bigger shadow. Well, shadow isn't really the right word. Demon. Whatever you want to call it. If you have seen it, it would have killed you. That's another part of my job.
If you've seen it?
By the way, distract you from these. That's another part of my job. By the way, distract you from those things. I've been checking in on you ever since then, and everything has been fine until now. I can't get you to see me for some reason. You just won't look my way, so please, whatever you do, don't look to your left. I always look to my right.
It's like that signal time. Go.
What do you mean?
Say it in the video.
What?
Do you not know what to do in a video? Hope you guys liked it. If you didn't like it, it's fine. It's only for fun.
Make sure you subscribe and turn on the post notifications and turn in for next week's video.
Tune in. Turn in? Did you just say turn in?
No, I said tune in. Anyway, we hope you enjoyed.
Be safe too, because the world is messed up.